Today we are going to be demonstrating how applications are starting to take on a life of their own via application and infrastructure APIs. Specifically, how container schedulers combined with software-based storage platforms can do interesting things in the cloud using AWS in particular. As you can see here, this is the Amazon EC2 portal, and I have a standard HA Mesos cluster with 3 Mesos masters and 3 Mesos agent or compute nodes. This is the Marathon UI. It shows the number of tasks that are currently deployed to the Mesos cluster. As you can see here, we don't have anything currently running. If we go back to the Amazon portal and switch to the Volumes tab, we can see that there are 3 EBS volumes that are already attached to the 3 corresponding Mesos agent nodes. These EBS volumes will be contributed to the Scale.io cluster that we are going to create in a few moments. To roll out our software-based storage platform, we're going to deploy the Scale.io Mesos framework, which in itself is a Mesos scheduler, and it will imprint each agent node in the cluster and consume the EBS volumes to make a single globally accessible storage pool. That pool will then be accessible by all agent or compute nodes in the Mesos cluster. Let's do that now by using a simple curl command to start the Scale.io framework. As you can see, the scheduler, the Scale.io framework, the scheduling component has been deployed. We're going to open up the UI for the Scale.io framework. And as you can see, the Scale.io packages are being installed right now. And we're going to create the Scale.io cluster. And we're initializing the Scale.io cluster right now. And the EBS volumes that are currently attached to those Mesos agent nodes are being contributed to the Scale.io cluster. We're installing Rexray and all the glue components that are needed to provision Scale.io volumes. One thing to note, we have an indicator here which shows the total capacity in kilobytes of Scale.io, and we also have an indicator of how much of that globally accessible storage pool is currently being used, which right now is 0 because we just created the cluster. We talked about how these applications are taking on a life of their own, and I threw out this idea that we now have applications that are self-monitoring, that can remediate issues, and even change the infrastructure that exists on via APIs like those available through AWS SDK. What we are going to do next is demo that exact scenario by making an API call to the framework to quickly fill the storage available on the storage platform. This will trigger an approaching full event, and the framework will then provision 3 new EBS volumes to automatically expand the storage pool. And let's do that now. I'm going to take note of the framework host and port, which is going to correspond to the REST endpoint, and I'm going to open up Postman, which is going to allow us to make a REST call to this endpoint that's available on the Scale.io scheduler. And I'm going to replace the host name and port, and I'm going to make a call, as you can see here, that's going to add fake data into this Scale.io storage pool. And I'm going to post this REST call. And as you can see here, we're at 98% used, and those volumes are now being added to Scale.io, and we should see that the capacity of the storage pool increase dramatically, and we should see a drop in the percent used in this storage pool. And there you have it. You can see that the capacity has increased substantially. The amount of fake data that's still inside the storage pool is untouched, and then that the percent used now with the extra capacity is only 14% used. Thanks for watching this demo. Hope you found the video interesting. If you have any comments or questions, please hit me up on Twitter at dvonthenin or in our community Slack channel at community.codedelemc.com.